In a quiet corner of the world, nestled among towering trees and the gentle rustling of leaves, there lived a wise and kind-hearted sage. He spent his days meditating by the riverbank, listening to the whispers of nature and the songs of birds. One fine morning, as the sun cast golden ripples on the water, the sage opened his eyes and noticed something struggling in the river. A tiny mouse, helpless against the strong current, was being swept away. The little creature squeaked in distress, paddling frantically but unable to fight the powerful waters. The sage, moved by compassion, stretched out his hand and, with a mere whisper of his mystical powers, lifted the tiny mouse safely onto the shore. The drenched little creature trembled, its tiny heart pounding. The sage smiled gently and placed it in the warmth of his palms. "You are safe now, little one," he murmured. But he knew the dangers that awaited such a fragile being in the vast forest. Hawks, foxes, and snakes all lurked in the shadows, waiting for a chance to pounce. The sage pondered for a moment, and then, with a wave of his hand, he transformed the mouse into a beautiful little girl. She blinked in surprise, looking at her new hands and feet, and then up at the sage, her innocent eyes wide with wonder. "From this day forward you shall be my daughter," he declared, carrying her back to his hermitage, where his kind wife welcomed the child with open arms. Though they had never had children of their own, they raised her with love, care, and wisdom. Years passed like the gentle turning of the seasons, and the little girl grew into a graceful, intelligent young woman. She was loved and cherished, yet, deep in her heart, she felt something she couldn't quite explain. A longing, a pull towards something unknown. One evening, as the sky turned shades of crimson and gold, the sage sat with his wife and spoke thoughtfully. "It is time," he said, "to find a worthy husband for our daughter." His wife nodded in agreement, and together they decided only the mightiest being in the universe would be fit for their beloved child. Thus, the sage set off on a quest, climbing to the highest peak, where he called upon the great and radiant sun. "O mighty sun," he called, "you who light up the world, you who bring warmth and life to all, will you marry my daughter?" The sun, glowing with pride, beamed down upon him and replied, "I am indeed powerful, but even I am not invincible. The cloud can cover me and block my light." The sage, realizing the wisdom in the sun's words, thanked him and turned to the skies, calling upon the majestic cloud. "O mighty cloud," he said, "you who cover the sun and bring rain upon the earth, will you marry my daughter?" The cloud swirled gracefully and replied humbly, "I may be strong, but the wind is mightier, for it can scatter me across the sky with a single gust." So the sage sought out the roaring wind, feeling its powerful gusts swirling around him. "Oh, mighty wind," he called, "you who move mountains, sway trees, and shape the world, will you marry my daughter?" The wind howled and whispered in reply, "I may be fierce, but the mountain is stronger, for no matter how I blow, it stands firm and unshaken." And so the sage made his way to the immovable mountain, standing tall and proud against the sky. "O great mountain," he said, "you who endure storms and time itself, will you marry my daughter?" The mountain rumbled deeply and replied, "I may be strong, but even I have a weakness. The tiny mouse can dig through me, carving tunnels in my mighty body." At these words, the sage paused. He had searched far and wide for the strongest being, yet in the end, the answer was clear. The little mouse, the very creature he had saved all those years ago, was the most powerful of all. With newfound wisdom, the sage returned home and told his daughter of his journey. To his surprise, her cheeks flushed, and she lowered her gaze. "Father," she murmured, "I have always felt a strange pull towards mice. When I see them scurry about, My heart leaps with joy. I do not long for the sun, nor the wind, nor the mountain. I would be happiest if I could marry one of my own kind." The sage, hearing her words, smiled knowingly. "My child," he said gently, "your heart has always known what it truly desires." With a final wave of his hand, he transformed her back into a mouse, restoring her to her original self. And with great care, he found the bravest, strongest mouse in the forest and arranged a grand wedding. There, among the roots of ancient trees beneath the soft glow of the moon, the two mice celebrated their union, and in their tiny burrow they lived happily ever after, never again longing for anything else. Moral of the story: one's true nature never changes. No matter where life takes you, true happiness comes from accepting who you truly are. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more amazing content, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an adventure. See you in the next one.